Hey everyone, and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. So I thought I would kick things off by going through my plans for this next week, because I'm actually going to be filming 2 reading vlogs this week. This is just going to be a general weekly reading vlog, but then I'm also going to be filming a spoiler-filled vlog for Jade War by Fonda Lee. So this is going to be the main book that I'm going to be reading this week. I'm probably not going to talk about it much in this vlog because this is the second book in a series, and obviously it's quite hard to talk about it without spoilers, but I am also going to be reading some other books alongside this because I don't want to take this on the train to work because it was expensive. This is the Illumicrate special edition, which has the stenciled edges, and yeah, like I said, really excited to read this. But I'm also, I think, going to be listening to Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur, which was also on my March TBR, and I've almost finished my March TBR. I've only got a couple of books left, so I want to make sure that I actually complete my TBR this month because so far this year I haven't done a very good job of reading all the books that are on my TBR. So I think this is going to be my audiobook for the week, and then I also need a physical book or like a book that I can read on my Kindle, and I was thinking I might read Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake because I have an arc of this through NetGalley, and I thought I would do a sort of themed reading vlog because both Count Your Lucky Stars and Delilah Green Doesn't Care, they're both sapphic romances, so I thought I would do a sapphic romance reading vlog. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to finish both of those this week and also make good progress on Jade War. Hey everyone, so it's now Tuesday evening. I have just got home from work and I have reading updates, so I thought I would talk through the 2 books that I started yesterday, and I think I did say that I was going to be starting both of these books, but I don't think I actually talked about the plots for either of them. So yeah, I'm now about 20% of the way through Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and then I'm at 25% of the way through Count Your Lucky Stars. So I thought I would start by talking through Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. This is a second chance romance that's technically the 3rd book in a series, but the books are written in a way that you can enjoy them as standalones because they're more like companion novels. I'm listening to the audiobook for this because I listened to the first 2 books on audio and I did really like the narration, and they're all available on Scribd. So in this book we're following a woman called Olivia who's a wedding planner, and she is planning a wedding for a new client when she runs into Margot, who's a side character from the first 2 books. And Olivia and Margot were actually best friends in high school, and at one point they did get together, but things didn't really work out. However, now that they're back in touch, it's quite clear that there's still unresolved feelings that are still there. I don't usually like second chance romances, so I was a little bit nervous going into this, and I think the reason that I don't usually like second chance romances is because if I agree with why a couple broke up in the first place, then I don't want them to get back together, and I find it really hard to root for them. However, what I like about this book is that it all takes place in one timeline, so you don't get any annoying flashbacks where you're seeing the couple break up. There's also a cat in this book, and I love books anyway that have animals in them, and there was one scene in particular that was so funny, and just in general this book is putting a huge smile on my face. Generally I do really love the characters in this series, and I really like the way that the friendship group has built up over the course of the books. I would say that this is more of a sweet romance rather than a romance that has a lot of drama and a lot of angst, but I'm okay with that because I feel like I read a lot of romance books that are very dramatic and that are very angsty, and so it's nice to read a book like this where you're just following 2 likeable characters and you're rooting for them to get together. The second book that I started was Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, and I am loving this so far. I know that it's still a little bit early, but I actually think that this has a 5-star potential. So in this book we're following our main character Delilah Green, who grew up in this small town, and she was raised by her stepmother. However, they never really got along, and so when Delilah turned 18, she moved to New York and she now works as a photographer. Delilah's stepsister Astrid is about to get married, and so Delilah has had to travel back to her hometown for 2 weeks because she's also agreed to be the photographer for the wedding. However, not long after she arrives, she runs into Claire, and Claire is one of Astrid's best friends. Delilah actually had a bit of a crush on Claire when they were younger, but nothing ever came of it. However, it feels like there's a lot of tension there. There's definitely some chemistry, and I really love the characters so far. I really love Delilah. I think she's so well written because she has this hard exterior, but you can also tell that there's some vulnerability there. Claire, on the other hand, is quite different to Delilah. I can't really explain it, but whereas Delilah has obviously moved to New York and she's got a whole other life there, Claire has pretty much lived in this small town her whole life, and she also has an 11-year-old daughter. I think the daughter's 11, but Claire and her other friend Iris do not like Astrid's fiance, and he does sound like a bit of a dick. So I think there's going to be something that happens there where they're going to try and break up the wedding. Really excited to carry on reading both of these, and wouldn't it be amazing to have 2 5-stars in one reading vlog?
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
Hey everyone, so it's now Thursday evening and I decided to go shopping after work because it's been really warm in the UK this week and it's made me realise that I have no spring or summer clothes. So I decided to go to Primark and I thought I would just show you what I got. I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in this, but I basically decided to get some new dresses because, yeah, like I said, it's been really warm this week and I've been struggling. I'm wearing black jeans today and I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, but I decided to get this one, which is like a red check kind of pattern, and then I got this one, which I don't think you can see the colour very well on the camera, but it's like a sage green, and then I got a black one as well. So yeah, that's my little mini haul. In terms of reading updates, I am now about halfway through Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I think I'm actually over halfway through because on my way home, my train decided to just stop randomly about 3 stops early. It does that sometimes and it's really annoying. So I had an extra 20 minutes, half an hour just waiting on the platform in the cold, but actually it wasn't too bad because I am obsessed with this book. When I'm reading it, I'm really struggling to put it down and I'm so excited because I might have said this already in the vlog, but I have a feeling this is going to be a 5 stars and I have only had 1 5-star so far this year. The banter between the characters is just so good, especially between Delilah and her stepsister Astrid, who she calls Ass, by the way. It's just so funny. It's like a sassy type of humour, I think is the way that I would describe it. The romance is definitely a slower burn, but I actually prefer that and I think that it's progressing in just the perfect way. One thing in particular that I really like is the relationship between Delilah and Claire's daughter Ruby. I think that it's just so sweet and I just love this book so much. All of the characters feel really well developed and I don't know if I mentioned, but this is dual perspective, so you get both characters' point of view. I think I might actually try and finish this tonight because it's coming up on 8 o'clock and I need to get some food because I haven't eaten yet and I'm starving, but then I'm just going to settle down and read for the rest of the evening and yeah, hopefully finish this book and hopefully it's going to be a 5 stars. Hey everyone, so I have finished reading Delilah Green Doesn't Care and I'm giving it 5 stars and I'm so excited about it because I loved this book. I don't know what it was about it, but I loved the characters, I loved the writing, and I would say actually that the actual romance in this book was probably more like a solid 4 stars for me. However, I really liked the book as a whole and especially Delilah and Astrid's relationship because I really love reading books that have very complicated sister dynamics. Delilah and Astrid definitely have a very complex relationship and you do see that throughout the book. You get an insight into how they grew up and how they never really got on, but as the book develops you kind of see why they were the way that they were when they were teenagers, and I just really appreciated the way that that was done. I have heard a few people describe this as YA, and I think it might be because Ashley Herring-Blake is most well known for writing middle grade and YA, but it is definitely adult. I think this is actually this author's first adult romance, and I'm pretty sure that this is the first book in a series of companion novels, so I definitely want to read those when the next few books come out. I don't know how many books there's going to be in this series, but yeah, I should say actually that this isn't super smutty, but there are a few steamy scenes, so just something that I wanted to mention. I did get an arc of this book through NetGalley, although it has come out already. I think it came out in February. I am just terrible at reading my arcs on time, but overall I would really recommend this if you're looking for a good adult sapphic romance. I have also made quite a lot of progress actually on Count Your Lucky Stars. I'm now about 70% of the way through, and according to script I've got about 3 hours left, so I should be able to finish that over the weekend. I'm going to be driving to Worcester and back, so I can listen to it on my drive and hopefully finish it, and then I can tell you my final thoughts on Sunday, because yeah, I am going to be out for most of the weekend, so I don't know how much I'm going to be vlogging. I could do some B-roll actually, but in terms of my thoughts on Count Your Lucky Stars, I am enjoying it. I think that the progression of the romance isn't quite to my taste. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I think I would have preferred it if there had been a little bit more build-up before the two main characters are starting to get together, because it's kind of a friends with benefits situation at the moment. It is really good, like I am really liking the characters, and the smut in this is the best that I've read in the series so far. So I don't know, it's given me 4-star feelings at the moment, but I will share my final thoughts on Sunday when I've hopefully finished this book. I am hoping that I will be able to finish it in this vlog.
Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
Hey everyone, so I am here to wrap up this vlog because it's now Sunday. It's Sunday afternoon and I've just finished filming my April TBR, which I'm really excited about. I think I'm going to do some editing this afternoon before I go round to my mum's, because it's Mother's Day today, so I'm going to pop round and just say hi to my mum. It's been a really nice weekend actually. The weather yesterday was so nice, and it's like my perfect weather because it's sunny but not like so hot that you don't want to do anything, and I burn really easily, so whenever it's really sunny and it's really hot then I can't cope. But yeah, it's been a really nice weekend and I'm really excited for April because I've got some really good books on my TBR next month. I should probably actually say I finished reading Count Your Lucky Stars. I actually finished it about half an hour ago because I was making the thumbnail for this reading vlog, and then I remembered actually I need to finish the reading vlog. So in terms of my final thoughts on Count Your Lucky Stars, I enjoyed it. I haven't ran it through Corpile yet. I think it's going to come out as either a high 3 stars or a low 4 stars. There was something that was missing for me. I think it was because I felt like the romance, the relationship was a little rushed, and I do sometimes find that actually with second chance romances, because obviously the two characters already know each other and so you don't see as much of a build up. But yeah, like it was fine. I think that if you're looking for an adult sapphic romance that has really good smut, then I would recommend this. I think if you like books that have a lot of dirty talk as well, then I'd recommend this one. Yeah, it was good, and I would say that this week has generally been quite successful reading wise, because I had a 5 stars and now like a 3.5 stars, so that's definitely an improvement on last week. And I did feel like I needed a good reading week because after the a disaster of last week. Last week wasn't a disaster, but I didn't really love either of the books that I read last week, so I felt like I needed a good reading week this week, so I'm quite happy with the 3.5 stars and 5 stars. But yeah, I am gonna go. I think that's everything that I wanted to say in this reading vlog. Let me know in the comments if you've read either of these books or what you've been reading this week, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!